Hello, dear friends. It seems that almost everything is calm, but it is a tense calm. Opinion piece. Esoteric struggle. Everything is collapsing. Something great is coming. The light is within you. Everyone comes in his own time. No one can predict the day. The tribulation of the world will cease. Exciting and decisive times. The present period is a preparation. We are in the last hour of the night. Attempted coup in Germany. Peru's president removed from office. World Bank warns of debt crisis. Let's start. While it may seem that there is no solution to this situation, where the dark powers still seem to have the upper hand, the reality is clearly different. The battle is lost and we have won. The energy for this breakthrough is building up among humankind. One day, which no one can predict, the full extent of the truth will come to light in an unexpected way that will be seen by the masses, and they will realize that they have been duped, opines Peter B. Mayer in his wake-up call. At that time, everything will be changed for the better by the supremacy of the people, and all will turn to the light. Consider the present period as a preparation, but know that the breakthrough will definitely come. The matrix of the clique has been broken. Now it is only a matter of the mass awakening of the people. You must be able to see the culprits with your own eyes, to know who they are and where they are. The more grounded you are in yourself, the more connected you will be to your soul. The greater your understanding of cosmic connections, and the easier and more harmonious your life will be. It's all about independent thinking. Unfortunately, few have been taught that. Maria Montessori, with her emphasis on autonomous thinking and individual intuition, took advantage of children's natural eagerness to learn to teach this experiential knowledge and the great classical follower attitude. He will yield the power of the dark side the day the population rise up, and proves that they own planet Earth. Keep in mind that many have yet to tune into this positive transformation, and that takes time. The light is within you. Incarnated souls have forgotten who they are, who they came from, and what they came here to do. That's the rule of this school, for that is exactly what learning is, to create something while the soul is subject to the veil of forgetfulness. All souls come from the light, even those who have been in other worlds of trials and expulsions, long before they were in higher dimensions. Remember that only a fractal of an exalted soul can descend into third-dimensional worlds, as the risk of remaining in this low-frequency realm is too great. From the light we came, and to the light we shall one day return, each in his own time, for there are no time limits. What happened is that the 3D schools also make their transition, and when this happens, souls have to migrate to other schools that are still on the same level. Now the Earth is also making the transition to 5D, and will cease to be a world of atonement and tribulation. As she transitions to a world of regeneration, those souls who have reached the higher frequency will rise with the new Earth. On the other hand, those who are not yet ready will have to live and face exile. Souls preparing for ascension feel the changes more and more intensely. They sense that something great is coming, and they also feel an incredible need of transformation. Something very strong pushes these souls to seek more knowledge and reasons for inner transformation, It is a thirst for knowledge that seems unquenchable. With that also come insecurities and fears. Although the soul has much unconscious knowledge, the consciousness still possesses all the experiences gained in this current incarnation. It also has the memories and records of experiences from previous lives in the physical world. These are beliefs that still live in every incarnated soul. Instinct is natural to every being, like a compass that guides the way. It is often confusing because it can point in several directions at once. It is the influence of the mind addicted to what has already been experienced and lived through successive incarnations of the soul. These time frames can overlap and create a jumble of situations and choices. All must be resolved in this present life. Now we come to find the line that leads to the 5D door. There are also exciting and decisive times. Something great is coming and the soul knows it. Since we do not remember the divine blueprint of our own soul plan, it makes sense that most incarnate people now feel a great anticipation of it turned into deep anxiety. At certain times, this fear can even turn into unpleasant anxiety. This is also one of the reasons for the increases in suicides. Others may feel great anger, disappointment and sadness, which can lead to depression or even madness. Therefore, we need to understand the present moment of humankind and the planetary transition. Questions. If this is the long-awaited moment since we agreed to come here to experience duality, why are we so anxious? If the best is yet to come, where is our faith in the divine plan? If we have come this far and the West is over, why so much fear? There are many answers, but the truth is only one. We are in the last hour of the night, and the darkness still prevents us from seeing the light, but soon it will appear radiant as a new dawn. We still have the veils of forgetfulness wrapped around our consciousness, but they will quickly be lifted one by one. Then will be the time when we can remember who we really are. But until then, and it will not be long, as many think, we still have to grope here and there in search of that awaited light. Many are still searching for it half-heartedly. They are still wandering about because they do not know which way to turn. But the secret will be revealed, and little by little, everyone will realize that the light is within everyone. Don't look for anything outside yourself. Just look for some parameters to help you find your place, for you have all the necessary background to ascend. You have gathered all the experience necessary to reach the frequency of the new earth. Search that soul baggage and all the tools will be there. The light is there and it is waiting for you to find it. The light is within you, for it has always been there. You never lost it. You just forgot that you always carried it with you. You have come with it, and with it you go home. You have only experienced the shadow, forgetting that you have always been light. You have come to experience what it is to create in a 3D world. You have discovered that light creates far more in shadow than the light itself. You are light. You have always been light, and you will never cease to be light. Do not be enveloped by those who indulge in non-light. Find reasons to feel the light that you are. Do not allow yourself to be enveloped by dark news. Do not spread or share messages that hide the light. Those who do not belong to the light have only those tools left to survive on this planet. Do not prolong their stay here. Do not feed them with energy. You are the light, and you have only to convince yourself of that. You are not dependent of anything from the outside to achieve your ascension. Trust the plan and trust the light within you. I am vital force and my mission is enlightenment. Opinions. Anna von Wright opines that there is no such thing as a sovereign citizen. You literally cannot be a sovereign and a citizen at the same time. This term is an oxymoron. It is to say, a combination in the same syntactic structure of two words or expressions of opposite meaning that give rise to a new meaning, as in a thundering silence. Navigating the shifting sands of our reality. In this universe of free will, there are those who seem to want nothing more than to prevent us from growing, evolving, and realizing our innate divine nature. We are aware of all that and how humankind has been used and abused for a long time. I think we have had enough of that. Let us be fearless in our explorations, because the bottom line is that we serve the light, and as such, whatever the truth is, we have the protection and guidance that comes with that service. Pleiadian message by Christine Day. You have undertaken a journey of limitless proportions by agreeing to come to the planet at this time of transition and to play your unique individual roles on Earth. Remember that you said yes to being here. Your ego mind may not remember the previous agreements it made for this juncture. However, your heart holds the frequency of these previous agreements. During this next phase of change in the new year, you can enter a higher frequency state of consciousness through your heart expression of vitality. The planet leaves one energetic phase and enters another high energetic arena, which opens up a more expansive design to further anchor us within the heart's knowing. Breaking news. The World Bank warns of debt crisis in developing countries. Antonio Guterres believes that humankind has become a weapon of mass extinction, in quotes. Humankind or elite. German coup attempt foiled, dozens arrested. They were planning an armed assault on the Bundestag and to form an interim government to begin negotiations with the victors of World War II. Second, the UK and Greece secretly negotiate the return of the platinum marbles. Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, is investigated after killing 1,500 animals in experiments. Elon Musk's grandfather, a member of Technocracy Incorporated, wanted to get rid of politicians and have the world run by scientist technocrats. Americas. Pedro Castillo dissolves Congress and announces a government of exception. Parliament went ahead with its scheduled vote and dismissed the president, establishing Vice President Dina Boluarte as president. Dina Boluarte takes over the presidency after Pedro Castillo's dismissal. The Peruvian parliament swore in the new president amidst a day full of uncertainty. The Ombudsman Office reports 199 murders of social leaders in Colombia this year. Paraguay and Argentina agreed to build a bridge on their common border. Cuba and France agreed to install a submarine fiber optic cable to boost internet. Brazil invites investment in infrastructure and renewable energies. The indigenous Bampis make their voices heard with a rap in defense of the Amazon. Russia's Rosatom will send enriched uranium to Brazil's Angra power plant. Uruguay will return archaeological pieces seized in 2017 to Egypt, Peru, and Ecuador. Egypt joins the new BRICS Development Bank. Indonesia to punish sex outside marriage with 1 year in prison
including for tourists. Trade between Russia and China reaches a record high. Between January and November, bilateral trade grew by 32% compared to the same period last year. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.